What is going on, guys? Thank you for joining the Tully broadcast. So in today's video, I think I wanted to go over the day one, which actually was a little bit of a surprise for me because I actually thought that free agency had started on Wednesday. Now, I know it does start on Wednesday, free agency, the actual free agency, but this was apparently like the tampering day, legal tampering day, which I really had no clue was a thing until literally kind of yesterday when everyone was making these moves. So yesterday, I'm seeing a lot of people on Twitter. They're a little upset with yesterday, and I think right now, I think as of now, I'm going to start off with what the Giants have done solely, and then right after that, I'm going to go into like what the news was that can affect the Giants overall in general, with maybe contracts and setting the market and stuff like that, and yada yada. So okay, let me go into what we did so far. So as of now, the only two things that we've really done is we've re-signed Austin Johnson to a 1-year, $3 million deal. Same thing for CJ Board. Death players. What actually, and then once I saw that we re-signed Austin Johnson, I guess I'll go on to the next part. Therefore, we couldn't sign Dalvin Tomlinson, which obviously is a huge loss. I mean, Dalvin Tomlinson is a captain. He's a great locker room guy, great guy in general. I was really excited. I really wanted to have him to play with us. I saw that he got like 2 years, $22 million, 16 of it guaranteed. So, at the end of the day, I'm happy for him because I'm a huge guy. I'm a huge fan of him and stuff like that, and I hope he succeeds. It reminds me a lot of what we did earlier in the decade with Linval Joseph. So, at the end of the day, though, when you think about it, when you really, really sit there and think about it, although I love Dalvin, he's a great locker room guy. It's going to be hard to miss him on that. He's just a defensive tackle. He's a defensive tackle. Now, yes, he's a great run stopper, 100%. I understand that, but you can find that somewhere else. You can get that somewhere else. You can find that like late in the draft. You can get that. Maybe you can get some of his production with Austin Johnson and B.J. Hill. You can get stuff like that. So, would it be as bad as if we had lost like Saquon? No. But at the end of the day, I think the only problem that's bad about us losing Dalvin Tomlinson is the fact that we've lost the captain, the locker room guy. That's my only problem with it. It's upsetting, but once I saw that we re-signed Austin Johnson, I was a little like, yeah, this is probably going to mean that we're going for depth guys to kind of like have a rotation that will replace Dalvin Tomlinson, which I understand. I'm not that upset, to be totally honest with you. On to our next move, and now a lot of people were bugging out about this move, and I honestly kind of liked it, to be honest with you. I thought it was a pretty good move, which was the Devontae Booker for 2 years, $6 million. Now, again, that's all we know, that it's 2 years, $6 million. We have no idea that, no way in hell this is fully guaranteed, so no way in hell he's getting $3 million this year, or in general, like $3 a year, but there's going to be incentives on that, and if he gets the incentives, great. But at the end of the day, this probably means, Wayne Gallman has not been released or has not been let go or has not signed to another team, but at the end of the day, this probably means that Wayne Gallman will not be on the team this year. And everyone was like, oh my God, how can we do this? How can we do this? Oh my God, why are we signing backup running backs when we have Saquon Barkley and stuff like that? Like, oh. And to be honest with you guys, I kind of thought that this was a pretty good move. And the only thing, my thing is I think it does a combination, because I was told that I'm pretty sure Devontae Booker is a little bit of a better pass catcher. And that's something that I didn't really see much in Wayne Gallman's game. He's more of a power runner, up the gut, up the middle, which is good, which is great. It's fun. But I think it's too one-dimensional at a certain point. I love Wayne Train. I was on the Wayne Train. I just think the problem with him was that, the game was a little one-dimensional with the fact that he really couldn't catch the ball. And I'm hearing reports that Devontae Booker is a way better pass catcher. So this kind of does a little bit of both. It mixes both of, the two running backs we had last year with Wayne Gallman and Dion Lewis, where Wayne Gallman was the one that could run up the middle and was a big body and stuff like that. And Dion Lewis was a little bit, not to be mean to Dion Lewis, but he was very tiny, extremely tiny, and he was a solid pass catcher, and that was kind of his only part of his game. So I'm not totally upset about this. I don't really think it's that big of a deal. And just another point out, too, for you guys, everyone's like, oh my God, we have Saquon Barkley, why are we signing back a running back? Do you want Saquon Barkley to have the majority of the snaps day one? Do you want him to get 20 carries and, 15 targets and passes? I don't know if I really want him playing all three downs for majority of the drive day one after tearing his ACL. I would like to have him on, a little bit of a rotation, especially for the first couple weeks, And in general, I think it's just be good for his career in general. So he's, if we can do the first 2 downs and then put Devontae Booker in for the 3rd down, on some looks, like I think that's a benefit. I think this is an extreme benefit. And again, too, he's also like relatively pretty young. I looked it up. He's like 28. That's not that bad. I understand running backs kind of get old by that point, but I mean, I remember when he played for the Broncos. Him and I thought, actually I don't know. Maybe it's Royce Freeman, but I don't think he's that bad of a player. I really don't. I think this is gonna be. I think it was an okay signing. It's another small signing, and that's just what Giant fans are annoyed about. They see all these big signings from other teams and stuff like that, and they're like, "Where the hell is our big signing?" Like, but at the end of the day, guys, we need to. What did we do last year? We went boring, and now we look at last year's free agency like, "Oh my God, that was amazing. That was so good." So I'm not too upset about this. I'm still waiting to hear on big news as far as what do we do with Kenny Golladay. I know we had a meeting, so I guess I'll go into this right now. Earlier on in the day yesterday, it was reported that we had a meeting with Kenny Golladay and I think just his agents, probably over Zoom or something like that. Nothing has happened as of yet, but I mean, I guess the good part is nothing has really happened with any other team in general either. So he hasn't signed with any team as of now, which is good to say the least right now. And to me, honestly, again, the 2 moves I really want us to make right now are getting Kenny Golladay, because it would open up our draft. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It would completely open up our draft, and I think we need to open up our draft for possibilities of filling other holes. And another move that I am so on board of right now, because to be honest with you, I'm getting a little tired of what he's trying to do. I'm getting a little tired of Leonard Williams. I am. I'm going to say it here, guys. I am getting a little tired of him. I think he's asking for way too much money, and you see what guys are doing now. Like Bud Dupree. I think Bud Dupree is probably a little bit of a better pass rusher than so-called Leonard Williams. And Bud Dupree is only getting like $16 million for the next 4 years. Or he's getting like $16 million per year for the next 4 years. Like, dude. And then now we have Leonard Floyd. I think he got like a similar contract too, where it wasn't that crazy of numbers either. And Leonard Floyd, actually, I looked it up, has the same amount of sacks as Leonard Williams. So I'm getting a little bothered by him, and I think the Giants are overall getting a little bothered by him too. If he keeps on wanting to make these claims of, I want like 22, 23, and I'm not moving from that, then please, Giants, either trade him to a dumb team that will pay him $22, $23 million, or please resend the tag. And everyone's saying that, oh, no way Gettleman will do that. No way, no way. I think Gettleman would. I think he 100% would, because he's seen it before. He did it with Josh Norman. And you can argue Josh Norman was a better player in his position when they had the tag than Leonard Williams is. Josh Norman was like the number 1 corner that year that he rescinded, that Josh Norman was asking for billions of dollars. So yeah, like Dave Gettleman is not afraid to resend the tag. And I would not be afraid to do that either. And it would save us a lot of cap space in general. And it would save us, honestly, a freaking headache for a player that I don't even think is that great. But now my second problem comes into, my next problem is, who are we going to replace him with? Because I was hoping to God we can replace him with Bud Dupree or like something of that kind of caliber, and or Leonard Floyd, I think. And those guys both have signed to new teams. Bud Dupree went to the Titans again for like $16 million per year, and I think Leonard Floyd went for a similar number to the Rams. So I don't know who we're going to replace him with. I'm not sure if there's another edge rusher that I'm just missing out, and I don't have the name right now. But yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to do. Is if we rescind this tag, I don't know who we would sign as a pass rusher, because to be honest with you, the Giants do not really have a great pass rusher in general, so it would be kind of a huge problem. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of where we're at right now. I think we're kind of close. I also saw a tweet saying that the Giants and the Dolphins right now are the 2 favorites actually to get Kenny Golladay, which I'm pretty big about. Another signing that I wanted to mention was Corey Davis. I was actually a little interested in Corey Davis. I do like Corey Davis. I thought he was a pretty cool player. And I thought we can kind of get him on the cheap. He re-signed with He signed with the Jets for like 3 years, 37.5, I think it was. I'm thinking off the top of my head, which I actually think is a great signing for him. My buddy Austin's a huge Jets fan. I thought that was a great signing. I texted him right away, and I was like, "Great job, you on the sign." I thought this was great. Another player that I was actually kind of surprised about got the money was Carl Lawson. He got like $15 million a year. I know he was a good player. I just wasn't expecting to get that much money. He signed with the Jets too. I remember I texted my friend too saying like, I think that's probably a little bit of a mistake on you guys. So that's that as far as defensive ends go. Actually, wow, I can't believe I forgot about him. Shaq Barrett, too. He had re-signed with the Tampa Bay for 18. So if you think about it, all these great players like Shaq Barrett, probably better pass rusher and better player than Leonard Floyd, getting $18 million. Bud Dupree getting 16, yada, yada. Like, all these guys, they're setting the number. And now you can make the argument that Shaq Barrett probably took a little less, which he did. I think he 100% did take less so that he can play for Tampa Bay and compete for another Super Bowl. I totally get that, but the Giants can make that argument to him too. Like, dude, do you not want to compete for a Super Bowl? Like, do you not want to do this? Do you not want to do that? Like, take a pay cut, do this, that. Here's the market, bud. And you're being honestly right now, he's being like paid one of the highest pass rushers or highest like defensive lineman / defensive end players in the league right now because he's making like $19 million. That's more than any of these guys that are being making right now. So yeah, I mean, like I'm a little fed up of him. I'm a little fed up of all of his crap. I'm getting annoyed of him, and I wonder what we do with him in general. I hope we resend him or resend the tag, or I hope we make a trade for him. To wrap up another little bit of news, the Washington football team, they signed late at night too, Ryan Fitzpatrick to a 1-year, $12 million deal. And to be honest with you, I'm okay with it. I don't really care. I was actually kind of surprised. And now, again, like I was surprised in general by Washington in general because I think they're one good quarterback away from being like a legit contender. And now they might have made a legit move for Matt Stafford because I thought that'd be a great quarterback for them is to get Matt Stafford. And they might have been close to him or something like that, and Matt Stafford was more in favor of the Rams. I'm not sure, but I'm not scared of this move. I'm still not. I still think that the Cowboys are the only team that we really have to fight for in order to win the NFC Beast title. I don't really feel that Washington, like this was a good enough quarterback for Washington. I mean, the only thing that Washington has going for them is that Ryan Fitzpatrick is like good for 3 games or 4 games, and that's it. And then he becomes a bum, and then he's balls out for like 4 games. So again, like I don't really think that this is that great of a move for them. And also, like if this was going to be your guy, like if this was going to be your year, you need to get a quarterback because you have a lot of young talent around you. You have a lot of great young defense. Like you need to start getting a quarterback, and this is the one you picked. I'm not afraid. I'm not. I'm really not. So that's all I really probably got today. I'll be posting this right now. I think it's like 8:40 in the morning right now, so I'll be trying to upload it real quick and edit it real quick for you guys. If there's any big news as far as like big news, like us, I guess the only 2 things I would like really make a video like live reaction would be if we get rid of Leonard Williams, trade Leonard Williams, or if we sign Kenny Golladay. They're the only 2 real big moves I would make a live reaction. If not, I'll make another video tomorrow posting on whatever news that has come out as far as big-time players being signed. Or if we make any kind of small moves, I'll post a video tomorrow talking about it as well. But I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for listening. See ya.